Hello and welcome again to Simple Ways for Maintenance, and today we are going to see more on our practical steps to improve our maintenance performance. Today we are going to see 11 practical steps to introduce a new technology to your team. But at the beginning, why we say new technology? Maybe it's not a new technology, it's a change, it's a new tool or something like that. We need to be aware that within the last 30 years, any modification in any industrial plant includes some sort of artificial technology or automation or computer interface, whatever. It's a mechanical modification, it's electrical modification, it's an automation, it's whatever. It's a new system. It includes some digital tools, some digital part that it needs to be introduced. That's why we need to adjust our mindset to introduce new technologies that includes a great deal of digital services or digital skills needed by our team, and that's where there is really a gap. So the first thing is that we need to make sure that it's our responsibility in the leadership, in the management of the maintenance, to bridge the gap between here and now and the new that we need to introduce to our team. There's a study I came across a few years ago that was speaking about the new technologies, all the improvements in the technology and the new technologies. All of this includes some sort of digitalization or digital tools, and it requires some digital skills, computer skills. If you think about any modification in the plant, either it's going to improve the task performance, so you're going to make more tasks in less time, you are going to increase the accuracy, you are going to reduce the cost, whether by increasing productivity, increasing accuracy, decreasing the waste, decreasing the manpower, whatever you think about it. All these new technologies or new tools that are intended to be introduced to the workplace, all of them include some sort of artificial intelligence and digital or computer interface, or whatever you like, web interface, web usage, whatever you like to call it. There was a study called Skills Matter. It was performed by an organization for economic cooperation and development in 2016. The results were published, and the results of OECD showed that there is a real shortage in the digital skills or the technological skills or the computer skills in the top 33 countries, our top 33 industrial countries. So if you are not one of these 33 top industrial countries, so sure that your team is suffering when you introduce some digital skills or new skills to them in the same way. You can see that in this simple chart, which you will find it online, that you find USA, UK, Australia, and it was among 33 of the top countries, but these are the major results they come up with, that around 20 to 25% they not know nothing about using the computer. Okay, and there are 5% at the top who knows about the computer, and there are 50% in the middle who is between. They know nothing about the computers and they can do the computers. The skills they were measuring was simple skills. So those who are in level 2, if this one is level 0 and this one is level 3, which is the top, the people here, which is 20%, and they consider them on the top of usage of the computers among the work manpower in the industry in the 33 top industrial countries. The top skills here in this area, or 20%, which is just before the very good skills, they can search in their emails or in some digital documentation or digital library for a topic. So that's the top that they can do here. So below this, skills much less than this. You'll find the details of this study in our article, and you will find the link in the description box, as well as our trainings and 5-year consultancy and coaching services. So now we go to the practical steps. The first step, you need to find a why. If you are the one who is introducing this new technology, this new tool, this new improvement, you had already made some effort to explain to the management why this tool is needed and why we need to make this investment and so on. Your team needs the same effort to be able to understand why this new modification, why this new coming is important and was what is in it for them, as they said it, to gain buy-in, and then they will be able to work with you and not become resistant. If you don't find why clearly, because you are not the one who is issuing this request, you are not the one who is issuing this request for a new technology or new improvement, try to find a logical why. Ask about why this is one is needed and try to understand it. Don't tell your team that I don't know and they requested me to do this, and you are creating a resistance to the team. So try to find a logical why, trying to understand the modification, and then convert a good image to the team. The third step is that try to visualize the new. What I mean by visualizing, like if you see the Google goggles or you see the virtual reality goggles, that you put it on your eyes and then you can see a meta world that is not existing and you build in it and so on. Imagine yourself in something like this, or if you can't make this sort of imagination, discuss with your team or with your colleagues. How do you think that this tool will come to the workplace? How do you think the interaction of the people with this tool? What is needed so the people can use this tool? This new tool, maybe some measuring tool, maybe some new computer system, some new digital interface, PLCs to change the type of the PLC, whatever. You are a type of HMI, whatever you are going to use, different type of sensors in the field, whatever you are going to use. So you need to discuss with them how these people will interact with this tool. If you need to see this tool in action, just go to the YouTube and search for videos for this. Yeah, a few years ago, I found on the YouTube from Siemens a video for a very sophisticated controller that is running, specially designed for cryogenic gas plants or gas generation plants, and I found how it is programmed and how to work it, because there was a problem in the plant in it, and I managed to help my team or to work with my team to solve the problem. Everything is on the internet and YouTube, so you can understand how this tool is used, what are the problems of the people facing using this tool, the people facing the problems they are facing when using these tools, and so on. You will find it online, available, many resources. So you can, if you can't visualize yourself, you go online, search it on the YouTube or Google and find the problem. After understanding the new, how it looks and how the people using it and so on, now we need to understand what is the gap between this performance of the new or the usage of the new and the current skills with your team. Like this, you understand the gap between your team and between the tools or the new technology or the newcomer to the workplace. Next, you need to understand who will interface with the new system. Not everyone will be using the new system first. So you need to understand who are the first group who will use the system, and you need to make this your focus group, because you need to focus with some part of the team who will introduce this new technology to the rest of the team. Okay, and then you need to analyze the team needs. Sometimes maybe you will find by chance one of the top 5% performers, you will find them in your team. So you will find it less chronic problem, but maybe you find them in the following 20 or 50%, but you need to understand the real gap, to analyze it, to measure it, the real gap, to have a real measure. And then you need to find out how you will close the gap. You will make trainings, you will make inline trainings, you will make a demonstration, you will bring someone to operate the tool for them, and then they will learn from him, and so on, how this technology gap will be covered. And then you need to divide your team into groups during the training and during the introduction of the team. You have either two, you have either two ways of dividing them into groups. Either you make group of the nearby needs, or you make group of mixed needs, so they can help each other. So you have the two ideas. You can use either of them, and either of them is working, but it just be consistent in your way of thinking. Either you mix between the different skills, or you make the same skill level in one team, so you are consistent with the data you are giving to them. Avoid discriminations, because those people who you will discriminate because they are not helping you in introducing the new will be road blockers for you, and they will resist the introduction of this new technology or new equipment or whatever the newcomer to the workplace. The last, or before last, allow for one-to-one personalized support, because some of your elder team members, they will have more difficulties. They're having a very robust experience or proficiency in the industry field and in using the equipment and so on, but maybe they have a problem with using the computer or with thinking in a digital way like this. And sometimes they will be shy to ask in front of the younger team members. So you need to think of some sessions as one-to-one sessions for some members or key members of your team to boost their performance and to help them reach your target of level of performance or target performance level in a smooth way, without something in their heart that they become resistant to the new technology, or they try to go out of using it and become something who is opposing it, or just they letting it go. We don't use it. Just I will manage. I will not use the new tool. Just I will manage the people who are using the new tool. You are losing some experience in this. You need to make sure that your experienced team can use the new tools. Then measure the result. Maybe not so soon because it will take time, but also not too much late. So you can make a change in your plans and your directions and so on. At the end, give yourself a pat on the back. You have done a great job in making this transformation. It's lengthy and heavy transformation to introduce a new technology to your team. In conclusion, new technology can be introduced to the team, but it needs efforts and consistency and understanding in steps how to go step by step to introduce this new technology to the team. If you find this resonating to you, you can ask for our coaching or consultancy services on Fiverr, and you find our trainings on Udemy. All of these are in the links in the description box. See you in coming videos with more insights from simple ways for maintenance.